Hey guys, this is a members only. I actually have to do a quick one today, so I'm doing it a little bit early. I have something last minute that came up that requires my attention, so I'm doing a quick one, members only, to keep it short. It looks like I pretty much nailed the opening up slightly like around the same price level. You can see we closed right here, and look where we opened, almost exactly the same price level. All right, and so there was lows early in the day. First, actually, there's a high in the pre-market, lows early in the day, and then we have highs at the end of the day. This right here was a trade opportunity. That's that Princess of Cups, most likely. It's now 1 o'clock, right? Yeah. So this was about 145 ish. This is the Princess of Cups opportunity in the midst of a decline to open up a long position. Interesting. And so there, these yellow translucent correlations are to the Ace of Wands. And being that we continue to go higher, my sense is that we're going to see a lower price level than the lows of this morning in the not too distant future, like next day or so. Um, but we should see a near overbought crest here in the last, like, between 2 and 3, I should say. And then off of a high, we've got, it looks like some price swings around the last hour, and we do like kind of like sidewaysy price swinging, and there's probably another high in there, so two highs between, probably between two and the close. Interesting. But in any case, the overall theme was a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance to meet another resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. I mean, guys, it literally says that description. If you go to the website, Tarot for Traders, tarotfortraders.com, just click on tarot cards. This is how the whole website started. The definition of all of these cards is right here. It's not like I'm making this up for those of you that are new and are like, oh, he's just pulling this out of his butt. Actually, this took me my entire life to figure out while most people were following along what everybody else is doing. I was busy doing what everybody said was dumb. And here I am now teaching people. So, have a moment, check it out. Where's this card? Queen of Wands. Break out the resistance and reaching an additional resistance level, at which point it pulls back somewhere between those, usually between those two price levels. We need to update those card definitions, but you can see that that's basically taking place here at the end. The high forms, it's like the halting of a bullish trend marked by a decline through key support. I imagine we have two highs uh, in the last 2 hours, one before some price swinging and one in the midst of some price swinging. But I also think there's probably a notable drop there. We open higher the following day. So my sense is that this support level at the close, the reason being is that we've got a high here, right? And then this is kind of a sneaky ruin in the position that it is. It's indicating a sharp drop. So we'll probably see a new high there, and then at some point in the last hour, off of a second high, I think we probably have a sharp drop. Breaking through horizontal resistance to meet a second resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. Hey, AV. Hey guys, so if you're just hopping on, it's members only. I had something last minute come up that requires my attention, so I wanted to do this live stream early. It's going to be a quick one, that's why it's members only. But on Monday we'll be back on schedule with the like open to everybody on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I just really need to conserve my time here. It's kind of hard to say if it closes at a high. I don't think it closes at a high. I think we see two highs here, and then after that there's going to be a drop. And the reason I say that is because I don't think it'll be low like down to here or anything, but we'll decline off of the highs. We'll close off of the highs is my sense. Reason being is because we open higher. I think there's probably we need a little bit of a move to the downside in order to make that move make more sense to the upside further. And then there's that unicursal again on the 5th, unicursal on the 6th. Very, very toppy kind of stuff going on. Will NVIDIA reverse to the downside today? I already opened that, right? What a move. What a move. Yeah, I think so. This is a prominent peak here on the 1 month. We opened significantly lower on Monday morning, it looks like. Interesting. Maybe I've got the open wrong here for the S&P. Interesting. Let me take a look at that. So on SPY, we probably go higher. Like, we probably break out off of the high. We break out probably through the highs of today. And that takes us to overbought territory, and we sell off from that crest. Interesting. It looks like the low for SPY is a little bit later in the day here, but this will be like a lowest low thus far. So roughly like down here around the 484-ish. Today's a day that in the midst of this rally, people should have been looking for opportunity to open up long position. It looks like around the end of the day is probably a good opportunity. Yeah, and then you've got the Ace of Wands in the low significator position indicates that a rally out of the price levels of the lows will offer an opportunity to open up a short position, because we'll revisit those price levels, the price levels of the lows, or go lower in the not too distant future. That's what that position indicates. And then when you combine that with the fact that we've got these cross-reading correlations here indicating the same thing, and we went higher in the morning, this is really opportunity, it looks like. I think we probably go higher, but not by much. And I'm definitely getting like on a multi-day swing trade kind of situation. I'm getting like indications to position myself to for a downward trajectory on the S&P 500. So will NVIDIA reverse to the downside today? Multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. Right, multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance here. That was yesterday with the peak at the beginning of the day. And then we have another peak here at a higher price level. Oh, interesting. That's the 31st. My bad. But we had the multiple failed attempts, that interference card we had in the end of January as well. So in any case, what I think is probably going to take place is that NVIDIA likely opens lower. Let me get my cards. Sorry, Hermes. Yeah, it looks like Nvidia opens lower on Monday morning. On the monthly for SPY to open a short for the 7th and the 14th. Yeah, but you could probably get a good short in here at these price levels as well. Well, are we talking about SPY, right? Yeah, same thing's going on. You notice that? See, like on SPY, we've got this rallying that offers opportunity to open up a short position or close long positions. We go to NVIDIA, and what do we got? We've got a similar thing going on, but that should turn into the decline that this card represents, taking us into that low, right? Because we're kind of like in the midst of failed attempts to break through resistance. We sort of broke through, sort of, but this peak here is a trade opportunity, right? That's, you see how the peak is like before the card rather than after the card, right? Indicating like now we're creating the peak now. That puts us kind of like here in the like grand scheme on the monthly of chart kind of like sequence of events. But yeah, I mean on the 7th could be a good place to open a short. There might be some good opportunity on the 9th and the 12th, but on the 14th, um, excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a pretty big drop off of the. It looks like the 13th or the probably the off of the 14th. It's like somewhere around the the week of the 12th to the 15th, or the week of the 20th to the 23rd, somewhere like around the two of those, like in between them. There's like this sharp decline. Like there's going to be price swinging here, so I would get into a short position there on the 7th, but you could definitely do a short here. It really looks like a strong short to get into a short position for Nvidia here, to close on Monday. All right, I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin, and then I got to roll, my friends. All right, so we had a high, which at one point we sold off from pretty well, and then we're messing around with the upper end of like a multi-day range here again on the 2nd at these highs. So this is holding up pretty solid. Um, the Hierophant card is usually like a pop and drop, but it can also be more negative than positive as far as chart behavior. But I would say we're going to be above these price levels. We'll be at least like 43.463.04. We'll be like at least that price level on the 5th or 6th. So we should see a crest kind of like within this ellipse. What the heck? right? So probably within this ellipse here, we should see the price level get up here and kind of like peak off at like a temporary peak around the fifth, sixth. So in other words, on the chart, we should see some sort of crest or peak here. All right, my friends, I'm gonna roll. Apologize for the short live stream today. I got to take care of some stuff. It just conflicted. But again, I'll be back on as usual on Monday at roughly 3 p.m. Eastern time. So you want to position yourselves. Yeah, it looks like we open higher and then there's a reversal to the downside. So what I might do is it might make sense to open up a partial short here on SPY. You might have another good opportunity or a better opportunity in the morning here, somewhere before 12 o'clock. Because we probably open higher, but by the end of the day or overnight, there's a really sharp drop there on the 5th. Oh, and guys, did you guys see that drop last night? You know how we were waiting for this sharp drop at the end of the day? I just want to point this out. I was like, man, I'm so off. There was supposed to be a low here at the end of the day. And I was like, there's a possibility of a high for the day as well, but I'm seeing low significators. So but it looks like I'm probably off. Guys, right after the close, look at this, right after the close. It's there. Boom, all the way down to the lows of the day at the close. That would have been a sick opportunity. And that's what's frustrating, is that sometimes the opportunities around the edges, they'll end up just out of like out of our reach as far as timing, because it could be a few minutes off and then it's in after hours or pre-market hours, and that's where all the funny business goes on. See, that's why you see the spike take place right there. That's where all the funny business in the background took place, right after the close. A little bit more here. Right? They just triggered like all of these stop losses to get out, right? And then we flew up higher. So messed up, like ridiculous. If you don't have an edge against these computers, guys, like you don't stand a chance. It's just Hey, Terry Cheese. So I'm actually about to roll, my friend. If there's any question that you want to ask real quick, I have to get rolling really soon. I'll stick around for a question from you though, real quick. It's a members only. No question? Oh, slow mode is on, so I gotta wait a minute, right? Yeah, so we're right on track for Bitcoin. We're right on track. We had this crest that formed yesterday. There was a selling off from a crest there in the midst of it. You could read it that way. Or you could say that the crest formed and then we sold off from it for today. I think probably what happened. Let's look at it from a 5-day. Did I draw this on the Bitcoin chart? I might have drawn it at the wrong chart. Or no, was I talking about? I was talking about Bitcoin. Okay, no, that's fine. I was talking about Bitcoin. Okay, so as far as where we are, right, we're up against the upper end of a range here. Right, crest was formed, bumping up against the upper end of a range. We should have a pop and drop tomorrow and a decline on the 4th, followed by a pretty big movement to the upside, creating a crest or highest high thus far, somewhere around the 5th, 6th, which is what this little ellipse is that I created, is to represent like the likely area where the price level on the chart will be around those dates. All right, my friends, and with that said, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for supporting the channel with the paid version. I just want to remind everybody that one-off offer for the $500 off of 1 month consecutive daily posts, that is still available for crypto and for stocks. You can get the link for the crypto on our in the newsletter that was sent out on Tuesday. As far as the coupon code, I could just tell you what the coupon code is real quick. And it's one-off, meaning that the first person to use it is the only person that'll get to use it. There's 2 of them. One for crypto, one for stocks. The coupon code for the stocks is 500, the number 500, right? Off stock 123. So stock, not stocks. 500 off stock 123. And the crypto one is 500 off crypto 878. They're one use only, guys. So if you're interested, hurry and grab that. They also expire at midnight tonight. So be a shame if they go to waste. With that said, blessings. I'll see you guys on Monday at normal time, normal schedule for that week. Have a great weekend.